Hi everybody, it's Renee Chitkowski back with another dessert for the last and final round of our Philly cream cheese, I'm going to call it a get-together. And I'm delighted to bring you something that we really enjoy, which I call a trifle. I kind of joke about the fact that a trifle to me is actually an acronym for a totally ridiculously irresistible, luscious ending, get it, to a great contest. So I'm bringing a trifle today. And it's actually kind of a fun one because I'm going to be showing you a few techniques that I like to save me a lot of time. Now, if you had a chance already to look at my mint julep dessert, you're going to kind of laugh because this one is a tangy Mandarin Mojito Trifle. And you're going to wonder, hey, that Renee likes to bring us some desserts with a little something in them. But really, it just kind of goes really nice with the mint. And it's kind of a fun, light and easy dessert, especially for this time of year. So I'm starting out with a rum glaze. And the rum glaze uses a dark rum, juice of 2 limes, some sugar, and you want to boil that together with the juice of the juice that's left over from an 11-ounce can of Mandarin oranges. Just kind of drain it in, and you've got that mixture going. You're going to boil that for a little bit with some mint. And I'll just kind of give you a little heads up. My husband and I planted one mint plant probably 3 years ago, and now we've got about a ½ an acre in the back. So I'm always looking for new ways to use mint. And yes, we do supply the neighborhood. So you put a little bit of mint in. And what I usually do, I'll kind of show you real quick here, is I break off the leaves like this and drop them in. You don't have to chop them or do anything. I usually just kind of stack them up and break them in half a little bit. It's called bruising. And it just basically allows the oils to come out and the flavor to blend without it being, you know, too much mint. So just throw in a little handful, whatever you have, and it infuses it really nicely. What you wind up with then is a really nice glaze. I want to say it's about the consistency of honey. That's what you're after. Next thing we're going to do is get whatever kind of cake you want. You could use an angel food cake, which is what I'm going to use today. You could use a pound cake. You could use biscuits if you wanted, or even a yellow cake. So something like that. And what I do is I always cut them or break them up into bite-sized cubes. And I'm, cheating a little bit today, saving some time on a busy week. And I bought a store-bought angel food cake. Very inexpensive from the store. Most of the produce departments have them, or the bakery aisles have them. So I bought that, and then what I do is I take a bread knife, because I don't want to compact it, and I use a sawing motion, and I cut right through, just like this, and this gives me really nice bite-sized chunks. Just a little tip for you, and I'll try to save you a buck if I can. Every once in a while, if all the angel food cakes don't sell, it's very common to find these on the discounted rack or whatever. If you can, definitely pick one of those up. You're going to save a buck, and actually it's perfect because when they're a day old or so, they really soak up the nice juices that in this case it's the mojito glaze that we made. So that's really a good thing. So what I'm going to do is drop this in to the bowl just like this, and then I'm going to take the glaze that we made and just swirl it. Drop it right over the cubes, just like that. And then I'm going to just toss them a little bit. They're going to soak in and give it that really nice mojito flavor that we're after. Basically, that's all you need to do with this. I'm going to set these aside for just a second. Next thing that we're going to get ready and prepare are the kiwi. And I know you're probably thinking kiwi and mojito. The color is fabulous, the flavors blend, and kiwis are just absolutely gorgeous. So, got a cool little kiwi trick for you. I'm going to pull it up so you can see. What I do when I'm cutting up kiwi is I cut off both ends of the kiwi just like this. And then you're going to want to take either a tablespoon or a teaspoon, depending on the size of the kiwi, and slip it in right under the skin like that. And basically the curvature of the spoon is going around the curvature of the kiwi. You hold the spoon steady and just kind of roll the kiwi around it, just like that. Pull it out, and you've got a perfectly peeled kiwi. I'm going to do another one right here, just to give you an idea. And again, if these kiwi were big, I would be using a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon. But literally, it rolls right around the inside and it pulls it out perfectly. How about one more, because this is a pretty good sized trifle. And right inside like this. Sometimes I use 3 or 4, kiwis, depending on how big they are. And that's it. To slice the kiwi, I like to use either an egg slicer or something like that. So I'm going to pop it in my egg slicer. Slice the kiwis just like this. Piece of cake, and you can see that you get the really, really nice colors of the kiwi with those cute little black seeds. Just like that. Already. Alright, let me rinse off real quick. Alright, then to assemble the trifle, we need some cream to go between the layers. I have 12 ounces of your friend and mine, Philly cream cheese. I just kind of soften it in the microwave a little bit. To that, we need to add some sweetener. I love the richness and the flavor of sweetened condensed milk. So I'm going to add a can of sweetened condensed milk. And I'm also going to add 8 ounces of whipped topping. That gives it a little bit of body, and you need quite a bit of cream to go in here. So these 3 flavors blend really, really well together. And the sweetness of the sweetened condensed milk blends in. Not only gives it a great texture, but also just the right amount of sweetness. So this is going to mix up. Then we're ready for assembly, which is the easy part. I still have my can of the Mandarin oranges that I drained and used the juice and the syrup. So pick your favorite trifle bowl. In this case, I've got a nice clear one because I like the way it looks. I'm going to start in the bottom with some of my cubes of the angel food cake. To that, I'm going to add my Mandarin oranges. I'm going to use about half the Mandarin oranges. And then I'm going to use about half of my kiwi. Just like that. And then I'm going to add the cream, which is going to just kind of go right over it. Now, it's looking really pretty. It's got just going to have the essence of mint in it with a little bit of rum. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to add the rest of my cubes. Just like this. I'm going to pat it down a little bit. I want this to be nice and full. I'm going to add the rest of my oranges. I always like to leave a few around the edges because it looks cool. And then my kiwi on top. Now sometimes what you can do, and I'll cut up another kiwi to show you, is if you've got really nice slices, you can take and put a few slices of the kiwi, just kind of tuck them in around the side. You're just doing a little window dressing here, which is okay, because I always used to say, if it looks good, it tastes better. They even have classes in school to teach you how to make food look pretty. So that's going to get tucked in there. And then finally, our last bit of cream right on top. And this fills up a standard sized trifle bowl just perfectly. So I'm going to just kind of put that on top like this. Garnish it with a little lime zest. You don't need a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit over top like this. Maybe a little orange zest to make it look pretty. Just like that. And then how about a little bit of our mint leaves. God knows I got enough mint in the backyard. I'm going to pop that in just like here. There you go. We'll dress it up a little bit. To serve this, I'm just going to dig in with a spoon. If you can let it set for a little bit, maybe 10 minutes or so, the flavors are going to blend. But I'm just going to dig in with a spoon. Oops. Just like this. I'm going to get a little bit of orange, a little bit of the kiwi, a little bit of the mint glaze, and I'm going to call this making my mouth happy. Thanks. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.